What's up? It's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend. But I can't be your son, it's your kinfolk Will Henry with God's Will Fitness. New year, new you. New year, new me. Right? The New Year's. It's January the 5th where I'm at right now. This is the date that I'm recording this. So it's a little bit past New Year's, but I mean, it's still fresh in the year of 2021 that I can recollect back on 2020 and that I can have those refreshing thoughts for 2021. So I just want to thank God for another year, right? And there's nothing wrong with having resolutions, nothing wrong with having goals that you want to achieve during the new year. As long as you follow through with it, as long as you have a plan of action, as long as you're prepared, you're organized. That way you won't have to worry about consistency. Every step that you take is towards that goal. Everything that you do, how you move, your lifestyle is about that goal. And you know, that's what a resolution is. So what better time to speak it into existence than a new year? What better time to speak it into existence with resolutions? What better time to speak it into existence than during this pandemic? Right? The opportunities are less. So nothing wrong with making New Year's resolutions. Nothing wrong with having goals. But the key is, you know, you never want to have to wait until New Year's to do it. You don't want to have to wait until turn over a new leaf, right? You don't want to have to wait until improve. If you can do it now, do it now. Nothing wrong with New Year's resolutions, but I do frown upon the people that's waiting. New year, new me, new year, new you. I'm just like you. I'm just like everybody else too. I got goals. I'm not gonna sit up on no soapbox, whatever platform you wanna give to me, I won't lie. I'll be honest about it. I'll take my ego, I'll take my pride away, you know, because that's what I have to do to think clearly, to think rationally, to think without emotion, right? I take the ego and the pride out because that's an emotion in itself. So yeah, I can take it out and admit I'm just like you, I'm just like every other person. I struggle with my food weaknesses, I struggle with certain things. Who said I was perfect? Y'all don't know me like that. Y'all don't know where I grew up at. Y'all don't know the people I was hanging around. Y'all don't know the past. And maybe we can talk about that. Maybe we can get into that. But right now I'm just saying that I struggle too. It's hard to be disciplined. It's hard to make sacrifices. I struggle too. Within family, within relationships, I struggle too. During the weekends on the nutrition, I struggle too. Working out, preventing injury, making sure that I'm flexible, making sure that I'm mobile, taking the proper warm-ups, right? I'll expose myself. I'll be transparent with you. I have nothing to hide, nothing to run from, nothing to escape. I'm already in front of it. I'm already ahead of it. Right, but I'm constantly adapting, I'm constantly evolving. So 2021, we opening up new gates. The gatekeepers won't let us in. No, they giving us a speed limit. We create our own speed. We decide how fast we want to go. We determine our velocity. We determine our torque. 2021, new year, new you. New year, new me. I'm just like you, you just like me. Let's make it one to remember. Let's make it one to never forget. Let's make memories. Let's make moments last forever in this year 2021. Let's not take nothing for granted. Last year showed you. Last year was the perfect example of why we need to be close to family. Last year was the perfect example of why we need to focus on health. What other signs do you need? What other questions do you need to be answered? It's there for you. Partake. Do your research. Just sit back. Just take it all in. Absorb all the information. Because it will point you in the right direction. It will point you to where the instructions are. It'll point that X that's on that treasure map. It'll point you there. It'll lead you to water. But will you hydrate? Will you drink? Will you sip? You know, will you really consume that food for thought? New year, new you. New year, new me. Right? Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let's bring family into the mix. Let's bring friends into the mix. Let's bring loved ones into the mix. Let's bring the people that we care about into the mix of this lifestyle. Right? No need to be overbearing. No need to be self-righteous. None of that. Remove your ego. Remove your pride. Just be human. Admit your struggles. We're not perfect, so even if you think you are, deep down you know you got flaws. Deep down you know you got weakness. Even if you think you're perfect, you have blemishes. You have bumps, right? Even if you think you're perfect, you betray your own self, because now there's no room for correction. Now there's no room for criticism. No room for critique. Nobody can give you that advice. Nobody can give you that knowledge. New year, new you. New year, new me. I'm just like you. You just like me. I made mistakes in 2020. I had some shortcomings in 2020. I had some inconsistencies with my resolutions, with my goals for 2020. I didn't reach all of the results that I wanted to get. I didn't achieve all the things that I wanted to do. Not in hindsight, not looking back. But I'm okay with that. Because every day is another opportunity. Every day is another step forward. Every day is a blessing. And every day is another day that you show your gratitude by giving everything you got. By putting your heart on the line. Our heart's been on ice long enough. We've been cold-hearted. We haven't let the positive vibes vibrate with us. We haven't let the good thoughts marinate in our minds. We haven't let new year, new you, new year, new me. I'm just like you, you're just like me. We're one and the same. We're family, we're kinfolk. Right? We brethren. We brothers and sisters. We in the same fight, we in the same struggle, right? We making the same mistakes that we made in the past. We still trying to shake off some of our bad habits. Everything that we wanted to do in 2020 didn't come true. Everything, all these goals that we wanted to hit, they didn't come true. Anybody that made resolutions last year, it was something on the list. It was something that you wasn't able to check off. It was something that you feel like you had shortcomings in during 2020. Even if you got to the highest peaks you could even think about, you still had some things that weren't crossed off that list. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has all the answers. Nobody has all the tools. Nobody has everything that they need. There's always going to be some wants. There's always going to be some desires. There's always going to be things that we want to take advantage of. But you got to move forward. And not with no light footprints. No, you gotta stomp. You gotta put your foot down. You gotta crack the sidewalks. You gotta be that bold. You gotta be that brave in 2021. You gotta be uncensored. You can't care what no one thinks. You gotta be authentically you. You gotta be yourself. You gotta shrug all the hate off your shoulders. You gotta look back at them. Then shake your head. God's will fit that. How?